Hi everyone, my name is Akorede Adenike. You're welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time of you checking on my channel, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell for you to be notified each time I upload new video. In this tutorial today, I would like to teach you how to cut and sew female senator top. This is the fabric I'm using for the tutorial today. I have 2 yards of fabric here. I'm cutting the back part first, and my back part is going to be longer than the front by 2 inches. To know the amount of fabric I'm putting on fold, I have to use the biggest part of my body to calculate my measurements out. So let's get into it. And the biggest part of the body I'm making use of is hip, which is 45 inches. I'm going to divide it by 4. That will give me 11 and quarter. So I'm going to put it on fold now. So that 11 and quarter, I'm going to add 1 inch for ease to ease. That will make it 12 and quarter, and 1 inch for seam allowance. That will make it 13 and quarter. So I'm going to fold it out now. I've already cut it out, but I'm going to show you. So this is the right side of my fabric and this is the wrong side. Folding into 2, let the right side face each other like this. So that 13 and quarter, 13.25. So I have more than enough here. This is 13.5. So the length of my top is 33 inches. I'm going to add 2 inches for seam allowance to it. That will make it 35 inches. And you know, I said the back is going to be longer than the front, so I'm going to add another 2 inches to it. That will make it 37 inches. Here is it now. This is 37.5. So it will be enough for me from the shoulder here, because this place indicates my shoulder. So on the shoulder here, I'm going to input half of my shoulder. My shoulder is 16 inches. Divided by 2 is 8 inches plus half inch seam allowance. That will make it 8.5. Now from my shoulder to my chest line is going to be half of my round armhole. My round armhole is 20 divided by 2 is 10 inches plus 2 inches extra, 12 inches. Here is it here. From my shoulder to my bust point is 11 inches plus 2 inches extra. That will make it 13 inches. So here is it here. From my shoulder to my waist is 17 inches plus 2 inches extra. That will make it 19 inches. Here is it here. From my shoulder to my hip line is 24 inches plus 2 inches extra, 26 inches. Here is it here. So I will now extend all the lines. Just like this. I'm going to extend it for you to understand. This is my chest line, my bust point line, my waist line and my hip line, and also the full length of my top. So from the center front here on my shoulder line, I'm going to input my neck width, which is 2.75. Let me show you where the 2.75 on the tape. So this is 2 inches, 2.5 inches and 2.75 inches. My neck depth will be 1.5 for the back part. So I'll now connect it with my free hand or my curve roller. If you don't have your curve roller, you can use your free hand. I'm going to connect it round like this. So on my chest line, I'm going to input half of my shoulder there. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2 is 8 inches plus half inch seam allowance. Here's it here. I'm going to roll it out. So on my chest line here, I'm going to input quarter of my bust. My bust is 40 divided by 4 is going to give me 10 inches. Plus 1 inch is 11 inches. Here's it here. On my waistline, quarter of my waist is 9.5 because my waist is 38. Plus 1 inch is, that'll give me 10.5. On my hip line, I'm going to input quarter of my hip. You know, I said my hip is 45. Divided by 4 will give me 11 and quarter. Plus 1 inch is, that'll give me 12 and quarter. Yes, it's here. So I'll now add, let me first of all connect it before adding my seam allowance. So I'm going to add it. I'm going to join it like this. And here will be like this. If you don't have your curve ruler, you can make use of freehand and later blend all the sharp edges. So I'm going to add 1 inch seam allowance to it all through, just like this, and like this. So let me connect it as well. Then this will be like this, connecting it. That's just it. Till you reach the down part of it, just roll it straight like this. And this will be here. So that's just it. And as for the armhole for the back, you know, we are making back armhole. Here, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Going to slant it, connect it to the neckline like this. Hope you can see what I'm doing very well. I have to connect it slightly like this. And later create the armhole for the back out, just like this. That is it. I'll now cut it out now. I'm going to cut it, my neckline for the back. This is my front now. I folded it into 2. So here is the back part of it. You know, I said my back is 2 inches longer than the front. So that 2 inches extra, I have to fold it in to meet up with the front before cutting my front out. I'm going to fold it and pin it down. Make sure you measure it like this when you fold, for you not to make a mistake, please. So that's it. Going to pin it down. Now I've pinned it down. I'll just place it on my front like this. I'll place it on the front like this. And make sure I mark out my chest line because I'm going to need it for my armhole for the front. As we all know that front armhole is quite different from the back armhole because of the bust. So this is my chest line for the front now. So I'll now cut it out. So that's just it. And to get my front armhole, here's it. Here's my chest line for it. Let me extend it. Here's my chest line for the front. So I'm going to input that half of my shoulder on it like this and connect it just like this. So to get my front neckline, I'm going to remove the pin on the back here and place it like this to meet up with the shoulder, with the front shoulder like this. I'm going to place it to meet up like this. I will now chalk it out, and the shoulder slope too, I'm going to chalk it out. So here's it. Very easy to make. I'm going to chalk it out like this and measure my neck depth for the front to be 3.5. Here's it here. I'm going to connect it just like this. Going to connect it like this with my curve ruler. If you don't have your curve ruler, you can easily use your free hand. That's just it for the front neckline. And as for the front armhole, I'm going to measure what is here. What is here now is 8.5. I'm going to divide it by 2. Here's the half of it. I'm going to come in by 0.75, which is here. Going to connect slantly from the shoulder to these points and complete it with my curve ruler here. I'll make it curve like this. That's just this for the front armhole. I'm going to complete the cutting. That's just it. As you can see, it's very simple. So I want to make a slit at the front here, center front here. From here now, I'm going to measure 4 inches downward. So I'll just slit it like this. So when I reach here, I'll just stop like this. So let me cut the facing for both back and front, because I'm going to add facing to it. And note, my back facing is going to be at the front of it, while the front facing is going to be inside of the clothes, inside of the top. So I'm using this for my front part facing. I'll just fold it like this. Here's the right side of the cloth. I'll just fold it like this and take my front, place it on it like this. Just place it on it like this. And I'm going to mark it out. Just like this, the shoulder slope. So I'll shape it out like this. Start this is where the shoulder end, but I'm going to shape it out from here. That's just it. So as for the slit, you just slit it here to meet that place. So stop on this point. So now cut it out. So this is the slit. I mean, this is the facing for the front. You just do it like this and place it on it like this. So that's just it. As you can see, it's very nice and beautiful. And the facing for the back, here is it. I'm using the same bit like this. Fold it into two like this, then place it on it like this. So I want it to be a length of 9 inches. Here's it. So I'll now chalk it out. Make sure I mark it. I'm going to mark it like this, and that's just it. So I'll now cut it out. So this is it for the back. This is it for the back. This is it. So it just be like this. So that it is, as you can see. Now I'm starting my sewing on the back part. Here's the back part of it, and there is the right side of my fabric. I want my facing to be like this on my back part. I want it to be outside of it. So to let it be like that, I'll first of all, I'm going to place my facing on the wrong side of it. I'll let the right side face the wrong side of the back part like this, and stitch with 1/2 inch on the neckline. At the end of the day, when I finish with the stitching and notch it round, I'll just turn it like this. So for the front, I want my facing to be inside of it, to be on the wrong side of it. I'll just hem. I'm going to hem the edges here, the round edge like this. I'm going to hem it with 1/2 inch. I'm going to fold it once like this and hem it with 1/2 inch. Before hemming, I'm going to notch it round a little bit to make it lay very well. So after notching, after hemming, I will now place it on the right side of it like this. I'll let the right side face each other and stitch the neckline with 1/2 inch. Pass through the slit here. You know, I put slit here. So 1/2 inch from here, round like this, go down like this and up, then finish it like that. When I finish that, I'm done with the facing. This is the back part. So I gum interfacing to the facing of the back. I'll now notch with 1/4 inch on the neckline here before turning it like this. So as you can see, it's very nice and beautiful. This is the front part of it. I've joined the facing to it. I've attached the facing to it, but I gummed the interfacing on the top, not on the facing for the front part. So I'll now go ahead and notch on the neckline with 1/4 inch before turning the facing in, and I'll now give it nice ironing, both front and back. So I'm done with the ironing. This is the back part. As you can see, this is the facing for it. I've ironed it. I fold 1/2 inch inside like this and iron it. Look how neat and beautiful it is. I will not top stitch on it like this. So this is the front part of it. I've turned the facing in and I've ironed it as well. Look how neat and beautiful it is. Here is it. Let me lay it very well for you to see. Here is it now. Look at the slit. Very nice and beautiful. So I'll now go ahead and place my back on the table for me to join the shoulder. This is my back now, my back part. After top stitching on this, after top stitching on it like this, I'll now place my front on it just like this. I'm going to place my front on it like this. I'll let the right side face each other. Place it on each other like this. Make sure it's aligned on each other. I'll now go ahead and open up the front shoulder. I'm going to open it up like this. Make sure you open it like this. And take the back shoulder, put it in between the front shoulder like this. Fold it and stitch with 1/2 inch on the shoulder like this. I'm going to do the same thing on the second shoulder. So now I've joined the shoulder. As you can see, it's very nice and beautiful, and I've hemmed the bottom with 1.5 inch. So I'll now go ahead and stitch on my side seam, which is 1 inch. Here is it, which is 1 inch on both sides. But before running a stitch on that 1 inch, which is my side seam, I'm going to measure from the shoulder. I'm going to measure my waist, which is 17 inches. Here is it here. This is where I'm going to stop my stitching from the armpit here down to this place. I'm going to back stitch on this place and leave this place. I want to leave it as a slit on both sides. So when I finish that, I'll now join the sleeve to it. I'm joining the basic sleeve to it. I have a video on how to ease it. I'm attaching the basic sleeve to it. I have a video on how to cut it. I'm going to put the link in the box below. So when I finish all that, now I'm done with the side seam. I've joined the sleeve to it. So I'll now turn it to the right side for you to see. Now I've turned it to the right side. Here's it. Here's the side slit I'm talking about. Here's it. And this is the second one. So I'll now go ahead and open it up like this and start folding. I'll double fold it like this. So I'll now run a stitch. I'll top stitch it all through. I'll be folding it into 2 like this till I get to this place. So I'm going to do the same thing on the second side slit. So when I'm done with the side slit, here is it. I've hemmed it. This is the first one and this is the second side of it. I've hemmed it. So I'll now go ahead and tack the hook. This is the kind of hook that I'm tacking on the center front here where the slit is. At the tip here, the tip of the slit. This is the kind of hook I'm tacking to it. Hope you can see it very well. So I'll go ahead and tack it, and after that I'm going to give it nice press and show you the finishing look of it. So that is it all about female senator top. If you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to support my channel, and if you have any question pertaining to cutting and sewing, you can join me on my Facebook group, Details to Sewing, created by Akorede Adenike. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Akorede Adenike. Till I see you in my next video, guys, stay blessed. Bye bye.